Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your host, Tony G here, the director, CEO of, and founder, I always got to add that, of United Youth Movement. Here, today's podcast, I got two individuals, young folks, young adults that have been a part of the program. I'm happy that you guys are here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll go left to right. So go ahead first.
Okay. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Elizabeth.
Cool. How old are you?
I am 19.
19. Elizabeth?
I'm 19.
19. All right, cool. So what high school did you graduate from, Sarah?
I graduated from North Thurston in 2020.
North Thurston.
And I graduated from River Ridge High School.
River Ridge High School. All right, cool. So you guys have both participated in the summer golf mentorship program.
Yep.
Appreciate you both for coming out and being a part of that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit first. Again, I want to say this is not a interview. This is just a conversation.
Right.
And I thank you both for being out here. This is amazing. This is what I want to do more with the youth in the community and young folks like yourself. So, so you guys, real quick, want to talk about what you guys are up to these days? You guys work? You guys, just let the audience know a little bit about yourselves.
I work a lot. I'm gonna be starting school in February, hopefully. And I work at Albertsons.
Awesome. What are you doing at Albertsons?
I bag and get carts, really.
No, Albertsons is a great company, and that's a good job for a 19-year-old to have,
Yeah, it's nice. They're gonna cross-train me to be a cashier shortly. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I know people like at Safeway, and your mom used to work at Safeway, by the way,
Yeah.
that they've been there like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So you can make a career out of it if you wanted to.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely a good company to get into, good field to get into, because everybody always needs groceries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and how long have you worked there?
Probably about like a month and a half.
Okay, you like it so far?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're warming up to me now, so now they start talking to me.
Good, yeah. Cool. What about you, Sarah?
I started working at St. Peter's Hospital in
Nice.
equipment services. So basically, I go around the hospital and be like, hey, do you guys need IVs? Like, I have a bunch, or like, hey, I need some IVs. Just take IV machines and deliver them around the hospital.
That's awesome. So you it's like an inventory type thing. Like if they're down with IVs or whatever, they hit your office up or and then you got to take them.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How long have you been there?
Also like a month and a half. Started in September.
Awesome. You guys are doing great. That's awesome. So, Elizabeth, you mentioned school.
Yeah.
What do you think in February? I mean, we talked about this a little bit, but where's your mindset with that? Just to share with people if you want.
I want to be a social worker, and I want to work with kids and like either help them out of like really hard situations that they're in, or help them get put into places that could really benefit them in the long run.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know you, so just to bring the audience up to speed, I've known you since you were what?
Like
fourth grade, third grade?
Second grade, probably.
Second grade?
Yeah.
I coached you in youth football. You were one of a few female athletes that I had the honor to coach. You being probably the most badass of them all.
That's right.
Hardest hitter I've ever seen. And all your coaches have said that about you. Coach Shane, Coach Lynn, who's also your dad, and then Coach Sean. He used to. What was his nickname he gave you?
He called me $2.
$2.
And he'd say, I'm tougher than a $2 steak. Because my number was 2.
Your number was 2. You were the freaking hardest hitter on the team. This was youth football, but that was so much fun. So I know where your heart is, and I know that you love kids and working with kids, and you're going to be a great social worker.
Thank you.
As you know, I have my master's degree in social work. Mm-hmm. I got my degree in 2017, and I really haven't been able to really use it. I mean, I work in social work kind of type work for disability, people that have, are applying for disability through the federal government, but my passion is youth. Obviously, that's why I have this nonprofit. So in that case, I am kind of, working with youth, but a social worker type title. I wouldn't call it that. But with that field, there's so many avenues you can go. And you loving to work with kids, I mean, they're going to need somebody like you, because there's a lot of kids out there that need help and,
Most definitely.
are in bad situations. So, yeah, that'd be cool. And you said you were thinking about starting in February? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if you need any help, application, looking at schools or programs, let me know. We'll sit down and chat it up together.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And let's see here. Sarah, do you have any plans of going to school later? Or I mean, I do have a master's degree, but I didn't go to college until I was 26 years old.
Right.
And I don't say it's a good plan or a bad plan. If that's what you want to do, do it. There's other avenues and there's other things. So yeah. So what would you say? Like, what do you want to do? What do you think you want to do?
So I've been up, like, my life, I've always been like, okay, so at this age, I'm going to start doing this, this, and this. I had it all planned out, but then, reality hits and you're like, oh, this isn't going to go the way that I wanted it to. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, okay, well, I can't even finish my senior year the way I wanted it to, So I was like, I took like a gap year, basically, like forcefully, basically. But yeah, I was just like, I can't imagine myself in a classroom anymore, but I still want to make the effort to go to college, but I'd rather do everything online than put myself at risk. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that, but I'm not sure when I want to start.
Yeah.
When I want to go. I know that it's always an option to go when I'm like 30 years old or, but it's, for me personally, it's better to start earlier than later. Yeah.
If I would give any type of advice is, if you can start as soon as possible, start. But, it's your life, it's your journey, and you write your own story. That's what I tell folks. Exactly. It's like, write your own story. This is your life and this is your journey and what you want, what's your dreams. You can accomplish it, if you want. Put in the work. Or like you got a job, you're productive members of society, which is cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. And you're 19 years old,
Yeah, so I'm not like stressing about it or anything.
Yeah, no, not at all. Kids that will need help or whatever program you want to go into, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Just as long as you are doing the right thing, treating people with respect, being a good person, which I know both of you are.
We try to.
Well, look, nobody's perfect, right? Everybody makes mistakes and stuff, but my grandpa used to tell me when I was your age or younger, he would always tell me, treat the people good on your way up because you don't know if you're going to need them on the way down.
Right.
Right? Because everybody climbs that ladder, everybody falls, right? Life throws curveballs and all that stuff at you. So, yeah, as long as you guys have that in mind, I know for a fact that both of you are going to be great in whatever you do. So, I appreciate you guys sharing that and letting us know a little bit about you guys' personal lives and stuff. So let's talk about this golf thing. What did you think about it? As I mentioned before in my last podcast, we basically had 2 or 3 weeks to get this program off the ground. Literally got money in the bank and they're like, this is what you have to do with it. So we didn't really have time to think or really think of a plan, but we came up with something really quick. And I think it was a successful program. I know that all the other youth that I talked to loved it. So let me hear a little bit about what you thought about it, Sarah.
So it was definitely a really great experience for me. Everyone was super, super, like, they really tried to make me feel comfortable, which I did. I'm not the best golfer, but
none of us were out there.
But for my first time, I felt like, hey, nobody's gonna make fun of you, so you like just go have fun,
Yeah. So you had never golfed before?
No, that was my first time.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed because you were actually better than most.
I know.
Huh? She was swinging nice, hitting the ball nice, far,
It's perfectly straight.
perfectly straight. Yeah. So
I tried like my best.
So you never even swung a club prior to coming out that day?
No, sir.
Wow, that's amazing. You're a natural.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you, Lizzy, for bringing her out, because it was you the one that brought her out, right?
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me. Like, it was a really great time.
Good. I'm so happy you had fun. So, how did you feel out there? Like, was it, felt good to get out and be out and about and be around other people? Because we are still in this pandemic, and
Right. No,
social
so
distancing and all that's important.
I'm not the most social person.
Okay.
So this was definitely out of my comfort zone, especially with people I've never met before.
Sure.
The only person that I know beforehand is Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is her family. I have that.
Yeah.
It brings me comfort to know that she knows someone, so that
They're not total strangers,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
But no, it felt nice going out there. I'm not the most outdoorsy person either, so it was really nice getting out there and doing something I've never done before, and hearing the ball when you hit it really nice. I was like,
there is a certain sound it makes when it's a nice, perfect
yeah, that's how you
hit.
know.
Yeah, right. You don't shank it, top it, and all these terms I just learned this summer too. But because my golfing experience was very little, I think I went out maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole life. Being minorities that we are, golf isn't really set up for people like us.
Right.
Yeah.
One, it's too expensive. I mean, we don't have the money to play every single weekend.
Yeah.
Equipment's expensive. So yeah, it's just not set up for our type of folks, So that was another reason why I picked the game of golf. I could have went a lot of different routes. I was thinking training, out on the field, exercising, running, whatever. I was gonna have Coach Shane's run that. Oh God. But I thought maybe, okay, let's do something that, because most of our youth and young adults are, youth of color, or, more I don't want to say lower social class, because that's not it. We're middle class, working poor families, living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
We're not rich in monetary, but we are rich in type of people that we are, right? Because we love, we give when we,
Yeah.
what I mean?
Our culture is very rich.
Yeah, very rich. So I wanted that to give an opportunity to everybody regarding that. Let's get out there, and who knows? Without this program, maybe you would have never golfed.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact when I started golfing, I loved it. I just couldn't afford it. I mean, it literally costs $60 a person. Just for 18 holes. And on the cheaper end, right now that it's kind of off season or whatever, you might be able to go play around the golf for $20-$30, which is cool. But man, we got gas to put in our cars. We got groceries to buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of my main reasons for choosing golf, because I wanted to have opportunity. I wanted to give opportunity that most wouldn't have. So thank you for coming out, Sarah, and I appreciate that you loved it and you felt comfortable, because a lot of youth and young adults, they're not very social these days, but it's just the way life is.
Yeah.
You got your electronics, you got your phone and stuff like that to keep in contact, but really no one's going out. No one's really,
making new experiences.
Yeah.
I stick to my people,
right.
I've never been one to, hey, I don't know you. You want to be friends? Yeah. That's never been the type of person I am.
And you know what? I was never like that either.
I can't relate.
Because you're a social butterfly.
Oh, I love it.
Right? Okay, so let's chat about, first of all, let's see, how did you feel about golfing?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah. It was really tough on my mind though, because it was one of those sports that I've never done. And I was like,
and you're an athlete. I mean, you played youth football. You played tackle football.
Yeah.
In high school, you
did volleyball and then track.
Yeah. So you're an athlete.
Yeah.
You're used to, competing, but this golf's different because you're competing against yourself.
Yeah. It really proved that I could be angry at myself for no reason.
Right. Missing a ball. I mean, that little tiny white ball, and it's so frustrating when you can't hit it.
It's hard to get past that embarrassment of oh my God, the ball's supposed to go straight, but it's going
Yeah.
an entirely different
Yeah.
way.
It's in the trees.
Gone. And then those balls are expensive too, and you lose. I know one day I lost like 18, 19 balls. I don't know how I did it, but they're gone. But and you're a lefty, and so your dad's a lefty. Shane's a lefty. We had quite a bit of lefties out there actually.
Yeah.
But and you got to work with Morgan. She mentored you. Morgan is one of our board members, and she played high school golf. And tell me a little bit about how that was working with her on that.
It was fun. I liked it because she taught me a bunch of stuff that like she was like, this is how I do it, and I don't know if anyone else does it this way, but it works for me. So like, if it works for you, go ahead, because like it's really all just like what you're comfortable with in the game,
Right?
because you're not really competing against anyone else. No one else is seeing how you're gonna hit it. So she was like, just be comfortable in the way you are doing it. I was like,
Yeah, that's good advice.
Right.
Because Morgan's pretty good.
yeah.
Talk about somebody who can hit the ball pretty good and straight. And I know when we went to the driving range the first time with her, I was impressed. I mean, she was smacking the ball straight and far. And so, yeah, that's cool. She also got us hooked up with that teacher. Were you there when?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't, right, Sarah? No, we had gotten lessons from a teacher, her high school golf coach, Miss Baum. And so how was that experience? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, it was nice. She taught a lot. Like, she taught me a lot of good pointers and, like, how to stand, to be comfortable with the club. And it was really nice.
Yeah.
It's cool. She was, like, really nonchalant about it, too. Like, she was having more fun than probably I was trying to learn how to hit the ball.
Sure.
Just, like, 2 feet in front of me. But she was like, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved her energy. Mm-hmm. She was awesome. And she did it. She did it just she didn't charge us or anything. I gave her a free shirt. I felt kind of bad, but she just did it out of the kindness of her heart, which I appreciated. And so I saw the growth after. I mean, it wasn't that long of a lesson. It was maybe an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
But I did see the growth in the individuals that got to be able to get her help. So that was awesome. Thank you, Ms. Baum, for that. So for the next group coming in, I mean, I want you guys to be a part of this next program. We have a grant that we have to apply for by December 6th, so it's coming up. Hopefully we get that grant. Keep your fingers crossed. If we get that, we're going to be doing a lot more golfing. It'll be a little more organized. Although I thought we did a really good job with it, being short notice and trying to get folks involved in youth and stuff. But we're going to have more time to plan. 3 weeks was crazy, So we'll know by February if we get the grant, and then we'll start like in June. But we'll have all those months to plan and get everything ready. So would you guys be willing to come back? And
Of course. I love the message you guys are sending. It's something I'm proud to be a part of if you'll have me. So
thank you so much. That means a lot. And we also, I mean, if you guys ever need, we provide scholarships. We implemented something new. It's called the Helping Hand Scholarship. We've given 2 recipients already some monies. One is a 20-year-old guy, young man. He wanted to start his own company. So we gave him a scholarship of $750.
Wow.
That's cool.
Went through, and he started his own LLC. And then the other recipient is a junior in high school. She's in Running Start program. We gave her $1,000 to go towards her,
Tuition.
Not tuition, because I think it's free, but her books and lab costs and all that stuff.
That's cool.
And then we have another one we're giving away. We haven't presented it to her yet, but it's another Running Start student. So October of next year, we're going to set out another one, set amount of money and application for scholarships. And if you guys are, involved in the program, you'll have opportunity to apply for that. So I encourage you to do that. And it doesn't mean that it's for different reasons. If you just need gas money or work, some clothes for work or some scrubs. I don't know if you wear scrubs, but
do, yeah.
you do, huh? Okay. You need new scrubs, or you need money for application fees and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. And you guys can visit our website. I don't know if you know what that is.
It's saved on mine.
Nice. www.unitedyouthmovement.org. United Youth Movement, one word. And then we're on, YouTube. I'm starting to put these podcasts on YouTube, but we're on Anchor for the podcast. We got a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. So we're out there.
Wow.
Yeah, we're out there. One thing that I've been asking people that we've been having a conversation with youth and young adults is if you could give advice to someone, say 10th grade, 9th grade, younger than you, about life or you guys are 19, right? Life is just starting for you guys. But the struggles and trials and tribulations of a youth, what they go through. I remember being young and going through the stuff that I went through. There's a lot of reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I didn't have any outlets sometimes, and I didn't have any role models really, or somebody to like. I had my mom, but she was a single mom and she was always busy, Everybody has a different story, different situation. But if you could give advice to somebody, in high school or younger or whatever, just what would you say to that individual,
Personally, I would say don't expect everything to go the way you're planning it to go. The universe has something planned for you, and it'll take different turns that you're not expecting. You're going to go through some of the toughest shit in your life, and in the moment it'll feel like it's the toughest shit. But, once you start getting older, you're like, okay, that was setting me up for what I'm doing now, So it's just like, don't stress about it too much, like you're young. It's going to feel like a big deal, but it really isn't, so like, it's just.
That's beautiful advice. Thank you for sharing that. Because I remember being that age, and when you get to that point, right, and it feels like, damn, this is it. Like, this sucks. Like, it's never going to get better.
It feels like everything's just mounting on you. You can't breathe.
Right.
It's a terrible feeling.
It's a terrible feeling. But tomorrow's a new day.
Exactly.
And it will get better. It will get better. That's what I say to people. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. That's wonderful advice. What do you say, LIzzy? To the youngins.
Honestly, just be nice to yourself.
Oh, I love that.
Just be nice to yourself, because people won't be nice to you. And honestly, the only thing you need is the people who are nice to you, and 100% yourself. Because if you lose yourself, there's no saying what's going to happen. Because then you're just trying to prove to other people that you can be like them. You can be cool. No, just be yourself. If you like books, read books. If you like to be outside and read books, do both. Who cares?
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Do stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Both of you, great advice. Because kids do get into that, or I shouldn't say kids, I say, youth and young people. Even me as an adult, sometimes like I see somebody doing things and I'm like, man, I want to be like that. Like they're doing it right, But no, at the end of the day, it's like, that's not going to get me there. Me just being me and doing what I do and being nice, respecting myself, loving myself, knowing that I'm not doing things wrong. This is important. Being able to look the person in the mirror that's looking back at you. Like every day when I go brush my teeth, I look at myself. I don't say anything, but I see myself and I'm like, all right, it's good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I didn't do anybody wrong. I didn't do nothing, illegally.
Yeah.
Illegal stuff. Did I have an attitude with somebody? Was I in a bad mood? Did I maybe make somebody upset? Did I argue with somebody? Did I say something mean maybe? That's nobody's perfect.
At the end of the day, you're just human. So.
At the end of the day, you're human. But if you could look that person in the mirror that's looking back at you and say, man, you're a good person overall, then you've won. You won the day, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's important. So great advice from both of you. I appreciate that. So you, Lizzy, got up some clubs.
I did, yeah.
What was that called? I can't remember, but the program, United Youth Movement, awarded you. I don't know if it's awarded, but gifted. That's the word. It gifted you a whole set of golf clubs. How did that feel, and how are they working out for you?
I was really happy to have them because I wanted to like get more into golf, and like that was like my reason. I was like, yes. And
you have golf with your dad outside of the days that we went out as a.
Yeah, we went probably like beginning of October or end of September. We just went out for a round of golf just for fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Sarah, you didn't get any.
I did not know.
Okay. Because of the budget, so my goal was to give every participant their own set of golf clubs, right? Because, man, you got to have a set.
To call your own.
To call your own, yeah. And if you want to go out to the driving range or whatever, or just swing them in the backyard to get used to that swing, and because it's all technique. So that was my intentions, but we were only able to budget four full sets for the youth. But next, hopefully, if I get this grant, I'm going to be able to hopefully give everybody their own set of clubs. That's my goal. And you'll be the first one to get one.
Thank you.
All right. Because I felt bad. Yeah, you had, we took out a set for you to borrow, right?
Right.
But I just didn't, I don't know. I felt bad not being able to provide that for the folks that came out. There were some, like one of the youths, his name's Eddie. He came out to every single outing. So we hooked him up with the set.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Lizzy got one because she's a lefty. So we had to buy a lefty set, and there's no other lefty. So I was like, but I knew that you were going to be golfing with your dad. And another thing, that's awesome time that you have one-on-one with your pop. So super cool. Hopefully he's not too hard on you.
Nah, he lets me hit it whenever I want.
Yeah. No, he's such a, as we get older, we become way more patient. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like youth football where, you know, he was rough, and he admits this. We talk about it all the time. But as you know, you guys get older, you got to do what you got to do to learn on your own, and you know, go through the game on your own freaking style and pace, you know. But yeah, when you guys were young, it was a different. Like I couldn't even yell at Vicente. Vicente's my son, who played with Elizabeth, and I would never say anything to him. I would tell Leonard or the other coaches, "Dude, go handle that," like, because you know it's it's your kid in there. It's a different approach and reaction, and so it's important that it was important for me to just let other coaches deal with them, you know, and not deal with them on the car ride home. But
I remember it was like vice versa. Like you would come talk to me.
Yep.
Because I wouldn't even talk to my dad. I'd
be
like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. Mm-mm. And if Vicente would do the same, he would just shut down.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, you got to go handle this kid, man. But those were the good old times. So again, I just want to thank you both for coming out, taking time out of your day,
of course,
to come out and shed a little bit of advice for the young people behind you and talk about the program that we had. And I'm really glad to hear that you guys had a great time, that it did something for you other than just go out there and get frustrated, because that's part of the game, right? But and then it is a life lesson to me too, because in life you gotta know how to deal with that frustration. You know, you can't just yell at somebody if someone's making you mad, or swing on somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so you really got to just, it does teach you how to be humble and just kind of sit back and take a deep breath and let's try this again.
Just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
It doesn't feel great when you're yelling at yourself internally.
Right.
Like nobody else is going to take care of you like you're going to take care of yourself. You know?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, great words. Well, do you guys have anything anything you want to say before we end the podcast?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
You guys are good?
I think I said everything I had to say.
Yeah, thank you both again. Again, like I said, I'm going to be posting this on all the social media platforms, so you can share it, listen to it, share it with everybody you want to. Say you've been on the Tony G Show. No, this is not the Tony G Show. Back that up. This is United Youth Movement's podcast. I have like 3 podcasts, so I get confused sometimes. But all right, thank you both. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys out this summer for the 2022
Yeah.
United Youth Movement Golf Mentorship Program.
Of course.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.